Hey, what is up, guys? Big Gamer out here. How are you guys doing today? I'm super, thanks for asking. So, guys, over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about Microsoft and Sony, what they're going to bring to E3, and what we expect them to do for the rest of the year as far as their hardware, their software, and where they all kind of fit in to the big jigsaw puzzle that's console gaming at the moment. Now, we promised we would take a little look at Nintendo. Now, Nintendo, as far as E3 are concerned, are being very coy. They're saying, look, we're going to be there. It's going to be a Treehouse event. It's going to be Zelda. And, we're not going to be there in a normal capacity. Now, how much do I actually believe that? How much do you actually believe that? This is what I think. I think it was very telling, the words of Kimishima in his response to the E3 presence, in that he said, the only game we are putting on the shop floor playable is Zelda. Now, for me, the important words aren't that it's Zelda and it's only Zelda. The important words are shop floor and playable. So on the show floor, you're going to be able to play Zelda in these extended demos at the booths and really get a feel for the game. That doesn't mean that Nintendo won't be showing games that aren't Zelda at E3. It just means that is what is playable on the show floor to the general media and the public. Now, Nintendo obviously has one large kind of booth space on the show floor and then a smaller one to the side. Now, that smaller one, they tend to show kind of their behind closed doors appointment based gaming, and it's in that booth there that I believe the big reveals will be made. Now, whether or not they use Treehouse to push some of this year's games and your Mario Color Splash and all the rest of it, remains to be seen. And whether or not they decide to do a Nintendo Direct and announce some of this stuff remains to be seen. But I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, in that behind closed doors section, at the very least, they will be showing NX, and we're talking like videos, concepts for games and for ideas behind the hardware, specifications, talking about development kits to guys that haven't yet received them. I think it's telling that recently rumours have come out saying that Nintendo might be releasing in 2017 due to maybe wanting to put VR into the unit. Now, I believe with the Scorpio being announced for Xbox the other day and them talking about targeting 6 teraflops, I think that is a direct response to the fact that I believe AMD has produced a custom APU for the NX that is using the RX 480 hardware. And if you know anything about that, that's 5.5 teraflops at an extremely low power draw, which we know Nintendo are famous for, and extremely kind of low price. So to the consumers out on the street, you can buy a graphics card, that can give you premium VR performance for $199. Now, I think that Nintendo has an APU for under $180 from AMD that is CPU and GPU based, and means that they can push units out there and make a profit at just over $250. What that means is it gives them the ability to chuck in a supplemental handheld device or a VR unit and still be able to come in under $400. And this is why I believe the VR, if that's what they pursue for Nintendo, will be somewhere between the Gear VR and Oculus. The supplemental handheld device will be mounted into a heads-up display, and you will actually use the NX itself as a VR device. It won't be a separate VR device, so to speak. So that makes me think that they can produce a heads-up unit for well under $100, a handheld unit for around $200, and the APU from AMD will be less than $200 as well. So they'll be able to throw the whole bundle in for you for $400, not an issue. Now, what does that do for Sony and Microsoft? Well, I think that Microsoft is been backed into a corner. The Neo's coming out to 4 teraflops. Scorpio needs to be 6 teraflops because I think they know that the Nintendo's cutting edge chips that they were talking about they are talking about Polaris architecture from AMD, RX 480 base architecture. It is going to be able to put out 5.5 teraflops, and I think that has people worried over at Microsoft. Definitely, they have to target it now with Scorpio to 6 teraflops. They want to be the leading edge in the market again, and I don't think people are quite ready for what Nintendo's going to bring. Zelda's going to be eminently playable. It's going to be an unbelievable game, as we all know, and with that kind of playability, with third-party support, like I say, it'll be so easy to run these games on that Polaris architecture, and with a console that, if it wasn't for the Scorpio, would be the most powerful on the market. And to be honest, if we're talking about non-segregated markets, which obviously Microsoft and Sony are looking to segregate their markets, an unsegregated Nintendo market on a machine as powerful as 5.5 teraflops, ability to do 4K video streaming, ability to run premium VR, especially considering developers, if they do back Nintendo like they say they will be able to take advantage and optimize games for this unit. It's very exciting times. In my possession, I have a GPU in my current PC that delivers a little over 6 teraflops of compute power, and it is impressive. And I think when people get this hardware in their hands, they're going to be surprised just how far Nintendo has gone with this hardware. And the good thing about Nintendo is you always got the software to back it up. And I expect them to announce a couple of other games to go with the kind of 3 games they've got left coming out this year. Your kind of Mirage Dream Sessions and your Pokemons and stuff. I reckon they'll chuck a couple of other bones in there, and then they'll ride it out to the end of the year. But don't be surprised if this hardware, because of its supplemental nature, it comes out sooner than they kind of want to announce, really. Okay guys, so that's my predictions. If you like the video, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time, guys. Alright, cheers.